did this all come from? Hey y'all, I'm Jess, also known here on YouTube as the Minimal Millennial. I wanted to talk today about the very first thing that I did to kind of kickstart my journey to a more minimal life. I decided to clean out my closet and declutter and get rid of a lot of stuff that was in there from years of accumulation. I was stressed out every time I looked at my closet. All I saw was just mountains of stuff crammed everywhere. Hangers, shoes, clothes, bags, suitcases, and just everything. So I was super stressed out about it. So that is definitely the first thing I wanted to tackle. I knew I could not go through my whole house and just get rid of everything and have a packing party, even though that kind of sounds nice. I knew my family would not go for that. So I decided to focus on an area that was specific to me and something that I could do without infringing on my family's space. So what I'm going to do now is go through the steps that I took, and hopefully this will help you guys in maybe decluttering your own closet and figuring out where to start and how to finish. Step number one is to do your research. That might even be a reason that you found this video, which I'm thankful for, but I definitely took the time to do my research before I decided to even go into my closet and get everything out of there. I wanted to know what was going to work for me, what was my plan. So I started to research different ways that people were decluttering and organizing their closets. There are two methods that really stuck out to me. One of the most popular, probably you've heard of it, is Project 333, and it was started years ago. So you only keep 33 items in your closet for 3 months at a time, and you only use those items, and that includes your tops, bottoms, dresses, jackets, accessories, jewelry, and shoes. The other option that I found is a capsule wardrobe. Essentially what it is you determine a number of items that you're going to keep in your closet for whatever length of time you decide. There's no specific number. You can decide what number works for you, what's going to work for your lifestyle. Some people do it by season. Some people do it by half of the year. So like every 6 months. I think that that's a great option for someone who, like me, came from Florida where you really only have one season. You get 2 if you're lucky. But I think that that would work for someone who doesn't have a lot of climate change and doesn't need a lot of different things to switch in and out of their wardrobe. So step number 2 is to choose your method. I initially chose the Project 333 method because I guess something about it just felt more minimal to me. It was a very determinate amount, and there were lists online that I could write down, okay, these are the items that I'm gonna have. Right off the bat, I realized it wasn't going to work for me, and that's because I essentially have 2 different wardrobes at a time for work and for casual wear. Besides maybe 1 or 2 tops, I do not mingle the items that I wear to work with the items that I wear at home or on the weekends or on the go, because they don't work for that. I have a work uniform. Essentially, it's a few pairs of pants, a few tops that I can rotate, and make different outfits out of, but I always know, okay, this is what I'm going to wear to work. So yeah, I highly recommend the work wardrobe. I think it's awesome. I think it's super useful. It makes your work days feel like a breeze. So that's why I decided to go with the capsule wardrobe. I felt like there were less limitations on what I could do, how much I could have. I could have just enough stuff without having too much stuff. I felt like 33 items just definitely would not work for me with the way that I have my wardrobe set up. So I went with the capsule wardrobe. So step number 3 in this whole process is to actually declutter. I was so excited. I went Marie Kondo on my closet, grabbed everything, threw it on the bed, and then I was like, holy moly, I got a lot of stuff. I held on to so much stuff that I didn't need couldn't use, couldn't wear. It either didn't fit, wasn't my style anymore, wasn't my color. I don't know why. Why did I keep all of that stuff? I don't know. I didn't even realize that I had done it until I could see it all laying on my bed in front of me, and I kind of hung my head in shame and thought, wow, I can't believe I let it get to this point. I don't use it anymore. I don't like it anymore. I don't wear it anymore. It's out of here. With this process, I recommend putting on some good tunes, getting a nice cup of coffee or tea or water, and just taking your time to go through these clothes and go through these things and make sure that whatever you're going to keep is something you really love, something you will wear, something that is comfortable for you. If you can't wear it for longer than an hour without wanting to kill yourself, it's not worth it. Also, I recommend letting your housemates know, your family, whoever it is that you live with, like, hey, I need a couple of hours to do this. I really need this time for me to do something that I really need to do. So after you have gone through all of your things and you've decided what to keep and what to toss, you're going to move to step 4, which is to store out of season items. For this, I recommend getting a box. I use kind of a medium size plastic container. I just went ahead and used that box to keep my foldable items. I'm talking heavy jeans that I would not wear for spring or summer, sweaters, long sleeve t-shirts. That's gonna make it really easy for the next time that season rolls around. I can just pull that box out, hang everything, and then I will have it to use for that season. For my heavier items, like the 2 winter coats that I have, I actually just put them in a garment bag and push them to the back of my closet. I will not reach for these things until later in the year, but I know that they will not be damaged by weather in my garage or anything like that. I know that they're going to be stored at a good room temperature and that they'll be usable again for next year. I highly recommend that if you use the box method, you go ahead and make sure that it's airtight and weatherproof and move that stuff. I put mine in a closet in our garage. I know that when it's raining and that moisture is coming in from the garage, my clothes are in an airtight container. They're going to be okay when I pull them out. It also allowed me to get them out of my closet and out of my space. I felt like if I kept them in my closet, I would still feel the urge to kind of go through it when I'm in a crisis mode and don't know what to wear. If you don't have a garage or if that's not an option for you, I would maybe look at getting a box that is kind of more flat rather than square, that can go up under your bed or up under another piece of furniture somewhere in your bedroom. And if that doesn't work, at the very least, put it in a box and put it at the top of your closet where you either can't reach it or it's just kind of a pain to pull down, and then maybe that will help as far as the temptation to grab it and go through it. One last tip that I would give you is that when you are storing things that are going to be out of season, really assess whether or not you will use them the next time that they are in season. Really look at each item that you're putting in your storage box and think, am I ever going to wear this again? Do I love it? Do I hate it? And then make your choice. So after you've stored everything that you're going to keep but that isn't in season, it's time for step number 5, which is to either sell, donate, or repurpose your unwanted items. I lean more towards either selling or repurposing your items just because I have actually found out in the last year that a lot of things that are donated end up in landfills or in other countries just piled up on their land. They don't actually get used. They don't get purchased by someone who needs them. They don't get used by someone that needs them. They end up just destroying our planet. So I am trying to either sell or give away things to people that I know will use those items, or repurpose them if they aren't wearable, if they're too worn down, if they're, kind of tattered. I will just repurpose them for something else. Obviously, you can still donate, but I would recommend trying to do the selling or the repurposing thing first. When it comes to selling, I recommend places like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Also, Poshmark is a really good one I've heard. I have not personally used it to sell things. I have bought things on there and I had a good experience with it, so that's also an option. I made sure to set a deadline for myself. I gave myself 1 month to sell everything that I thought could be sold or thought that someone would want. If you can't sell your items and you want to get rid of them anyway, just go ahead and offer them up for free. What does it hurt? I feel like if someone is willing to go out of their way to get something that's free, they probably really want it and will really use it. After that was done, I still had a couple of items that I could not either sell or even give away, and so I did end up with a small donation box. I went to one of my smaller thrift stores that I know does a lot of community outreach, and they do a lot of things in our communities. Of course, I'm not saying they're perfect. I doubt that they are. I'm sure that there are still a lot of things that end up in a dump somewhere. But at least I knew I tried everything I could to give those clothes a home before they got there. And the last part of that is to repurpose things. I ended up with so many t-shirts, old t-shirts that I've collected over the years. So I decided to repurpose them for cleaning rags. I just went through, cut them up into little squares or rectangles, folded them up and put them into my laundry room where I know I can grab them anytime that I need them when I'm cleaning or wiping up a spill. I can also wash them and reuse them when I need to. So that's pretty much all the steps that I took to declutter and minimize my closet. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed sharing this process with you, and I would love to hear what you've done to declutter your closet. If you've already done it, what are some tips that you have? What are some processes that you went through? What method did you choose when decluttering your closet? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys join me here as I'm building my family on YouTube. And if you want, you can go over to Instagram and follow me at the.minimal.millennial. I post a lot of different things on there, inspiration and what I'm going through in this process of minimizing. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, just remember, the most important things in life aren't things. Bye guys.